Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Róisín Curé here with another sketching video, and this time I'm airing my laundry in public. Well, it's an absolutely beautiful morning here in Galway and I'm feeling a little bit lazy. I could go somewhere to do some nice bit of sketching, but I don't really want to. I can hear the lambs in the field next to me and the birds are chirping away and it's all very lovely. So I'm going to stick around and I'm going to do a little bit of drawing. Let's see how we get on. As always, I have my SketchPocket with me, so I am dragging it outside onto the lawn and I'm going to have everything at my fingertips. Now, if you saw what I have in my SketchPocket, you would be a little bit overwhelmed, including this rather lovely box on the left, which is a box of colours that the very wonderful Roman Schmal sent me lately. No, what you see here, this is what you're going to get when you buy your filled SketchPocket. So it's a lot of stuff. And when you've opened it all up, this is what it looks like. I'm also sending you a little mini tin to transport your ink safely that you can then fill with your own choice of paints when you've taken the ink out. Okay, time to get sketching. This is the 100% cotton Hahnemühle portrait format sketchbook that comes with this SketchPocket. And this is the 55-degree Fude pen by Sailor that also comes with a SketchPocket. And I'm starting off by drawing a sock and the line itself so that the laundry will all hang from the same place. And the nice thing about the pen and this particular paper is that, I don't know if you can tell, but you see the way the line is kind of almost like I suppose a dip pen, the way it comes out. Parts of it are thick and parts of it are thin. Well, that's kind of just the combination of the pen and the paper. It does something a little bit different on this type of paper than it does in other papers. And the paper is very smooth. It's not that it's coarse or textured or anything like that. I suppose it's a tiny bit textured just because it's cotton. But all I'm saying is I really like the way the pen comes out on this paper. Now the ink I'm using is black ink and I can't remember why I chose black. Oh yeah, I do remember. It's because I tried a load of pens and they were all out of ink. So one of the few that actually was working out of the many that I keep in my SketchPocket at any one time was black. When I looked at the brassiere hanging on the line, I looked at the strap and I thought, that strap's kind of funny hanging like that. But then I remembered, if you want to draw things that look real and strong and believable, then you must observe as accurately as possible. And if that means a wonky strap hanging in a funny way, well, that's what you do. After I drew a few pairs of knickers and a couple of bras, I started drawing the t-shirt. And by the way, I did say to myself, why am I drawing my underwear on the washing line and then putting it out in public? And that's why I came up with the funky title of, airing my laundry in public. But then I thought, you know what? It wasn't International Women's Day. It was the day after International Women's Day. So maybe I had no right to be drawing women's smalls. But there you go. That's what happens. That's what it was on the washing line. And so that's what I drew. So I'm drawing, as I say, as accurately as possible. I am measuring by eye. I am taking little sight readings across the length of the clothes to see, is everything the right size? Have I drawn the socks too big? Have I drawn them too small? Have I drawn the bath mat, which was also on the washing line? Have I drawn that the right sort of shape? Answer, kind of. And now I'm drawing the dry stone wall that is bordering the edge of my property. And I'm drawing it behind the laundry. And I'm drawing the rake that was leaning against the wall. And then I remembered that I realised that I had got my proportions wrong. I should really have placed the laundry much higher up in the drawing because the shadows ended up being a bit squashed at the bottom. Now I'm very carefully painting around the objects and I'm using Shadow Violet, which is this beautiful shadow colour made by Roman Schmal. And I'm going as dark as possible around the laundry. Why? Because I want this is where the values come in. I really want to show how light the laundry is with respect to the wall. And I even added some Aquarius green into the mix, not for any good reason, because the wall was neither Shadow Violet nor Aquarius green, but I am using a different set of colours to that which I normally use, and I'm experimenting to see whether colour is more important or whether values are more important when it comes to making a believable sketch. To be honest with you, it's values. Sure, didn't I call one of my recent videos, what was it again? Colour gets all the glory, but values do all the work. And that really is true. So, for example, with this t-shirt here, the sun is shining through the single layer fabric where the neck is. You can see the back of the neck there. And where the t-shirt is doubled for the rest of it, it's got a slight colour. So when you paint that accurately, the result looks like you've got, sunlight streaming through the t-shirt. And for the same reason, I'm deepening up around the bath mat, and around the t-shirts I'm putting extra deep colour. Well, I suppose it's not that it's extra deep, but when you load up your brush with colour, then you put the first little stroke has got the most colour on it. So you do that next to the border of whatever object you want to show against it. I'm using a water brush, 2 of which, as you know, come in the SketchPocket. And these water brushes, they don't do everything, but they are very, very useful. I do also keep my really top quality brushes in my SketchPocket. Sadly, I don't supply those with the SketchPocket, but mine come from Róisín Co, which is this incredible brush manufacturer from Great Britain. And if you use the code Róisín 2024, although I really must update that, then I think I get points. I'm not sure what you get. I really should know that by now. But you'll see the brush I'm using later on, which is from Róisín, and it's really beautiful. Okay, so here's this t-shirt. Now the t-shirt is kind of a pale limey greeny high vis yellow colour, and I painted the wrong colour to begin with, and then I changed it. And if you do that when the paint is still completely wet, you can change the colour, mid object. Now, one of the bras is light green, so I went with, what did I go with? I think I went with that autumn green colour by Róisín. It's called autumn green. It's kind of a light green. It's the same colour that I used for the grass at the bottom of the sketch. And as you can see, I leave it kind of light at the bottom of the bra to show that it's kind of lighter against the dry stone wall, against the dark background of the wall. Overall, I think I gave myself a rather big challenge, because it meant that I had to do silhouetted objects against the sky and then light, bright objects against the stone wall. So I guess it was neither fish nor fowl, if you get my meaning. And I thought, what am I doing? And then I thought, you know what? I will really deepen up and emphasise the shadows at the corners of each of those stones in the stone wall. So out came another of my foodie pens that actually had ink in it, and this time it was dark green ink, and I just threw it into the kind of the dark shadows, the recesses of each of those big cobbles. It's only field stone, so I think the wall was kind of thrown up by a farmer at some stage. It certainly isn't lovingly built or carefully built. It's not the prettiest wall that you'll ever see, especially around here where there's some gorgeous dry stone walls. So I'm still on the green ink, I think, just looking at that pen there. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm on the green ink. And then I figured after a while, I think I need a bit of black to really deepen up the corners of shadows on those stone walls. So I went at it after a little while with a darker ink again. But I did use the dark green ink to scribble over the shadows on the grass, because I wanted to really, really deepen them up and show just how strong the sunshine was, which was very strong indeed for a March day. I have to say, it was super warm and it was really lovely. Just added a bit of texture on the path leading down to my studio, and scribbling in on top of some of those shadows just to deepen them up a little bit. So I feel that I still need to make the contrast a bit greater between the wall and the stones. I'm just interrupting this little sketch to remind you to like and subscribe to my channel, because it's all about the good stuff about sketching. And also, I have this little idea. If you order your SketchPocket from me after seeing this video, then I will throw in an extra pan of shadow grey, which is a lovely colour for shadows. It's a little half pan of shadow grey by Róisín, but you have to send me an email that says airing my laundry in public. Okay, that way I know that you've seen the SketchPocket on this video. and you can send it to my email address, sketchwithroisín@gmail.com. So yeah, there you go. Something free, always nice. Back to the video. And to that end, I'm just, I suppose, drawing over some of the edges of the stones a little bit. Then I thought, well, I need a bit of sky here as well. So I took my black biro and I drew out an outline of a cloud on it. But to be honest with you, I didn't really need to do that. It's just kind of handy when you're painting on a sky. It's important to keep the line of the edge of the sky. If you're going to do one at all, keep it really, really light because clouds are fluffy. There's a white gel pen that comes with the SketchPocket, and I use that to pick out some of the lichens on the walls and also the top surfaces of the wall, where the top surfaces of the stones where the brambles come into play just behind the wall. They were quite bright and lit up, so I figured the white gel pen would serve me well there, and it did. I thought it worked quite well. I just added a few little blobs of white gel pen, which of course is white acrylic. It's very useful for small little areas of highlight like that. But I wanted to paint in a sky, and I knew that my water brushes wouldn't quite do the job. Because when you're doing a sky, you kind of have to get a smooth wash all over the area that's going to be a sky. So I poured a little bit of water from my spare water vial. I could have gone in and got some more water, but I was a bit lazy. So I did that. I put it into my collapsible water container that actually comes with the SketchPocket, and out comes my fancy Róisín Curé paintbrush. Now this one is a travel brush, and it's in the squirrel natural fibre hair. So it's a limited edition, so I was lucky to get one. I think I got one of the last ones because after I got it I could see that they were all sold out, but I really love it. And of course you can get other squirrel brushes from Róisín Curé. Now I've made up a little wash of a mixture of ultramarine and phthalo blue, and I'm keeping it very, very light, very, very light and watery. And I've put on clean, clear water first where the blue is going to be, because that way you are guaranteed a nice soft finish without any brush strokes, and brush strokes are the enemy of a nice smooth sky. You don't get very long to fiddle with that sky before the paint starts to dry. And here we go. Here's the finished piece. Quite pleased with it, despite the challenge of the weird values. And I hope that you've picked up something from that. I'm not sure if you have, because I'm not sure if I did either. But one way or another, it was an absolutely pleasant way to spend a March morning. And here are my little bits and pieces. Here's my SketchPocket in all its glory, and here is my laundry, well and truly aired. See you next time. Thanks for watching.